Hey, I'm Brent from Portland Nursery, and today I'd like to talk about picking a plant for that hard to fill space in your house, that dark corner, the place maybe you've tried to plant in the past and it hasn't worked out. So today we're going to talk about some great options that are going to set you up for success. The first plant I'd like to talk about is this cast iron plant. This is a nearly indestructible plant. Its name, the cast iron plant, kind of indicates that. It was a plant that really was very popular during the earliest houseplant boom in the Victorian age. It really survives neglect really well. It can handle really low light. It's just a really great option with some really fun, unique foliage. Its only Achilles heel would be overwatering. You really want to let this plant be hanging on the dry side. In the winter, that's watering every 3 weeks. In the summer, that's every 2 weeks. But just keep it on the dry side. And then we're moving on to the ever faithful snake plant. This here is the black gold variety. There are many different varieties that we have available here at the nursery, so you're guaranteed to find one that suits you. But this, very much like the cast iron plant, is one that you want to keep on the dry side. In low light, it's going to grow really slowly, but it has really unique and fun foliage, guaranteed to thrive in low light and definitely survive even a really dark corner. And pretty much same goes here for the ZZ Raven. The Raven is a really dark variety. You'll see that its youngest foliage starts green. Its older foliage turns to this dark color here. Again, keep it on the dry side. These three plants that I've talked about are definitely the most tolerant of the very lowest amount of light. So if you are really unsure about that space in your home, these are going to be really great options that you're going to have success with. Slow growing in really low light, but they can tolerate it. So we're going to move on to some other great options that need just a little more light. Great for a north-facing window or set back in an east-facing window. Let's here talk about the pothos, a classic. This would look great on a bookshelf, on a table, hanging from the ceiling. It's going to cascade. It puts on a lot of growth in a year. You can expect 1 to 2 feet, very easy going. There are different varieties that have some marbling. The solid green jade variety is definitely going to be the most resilient in low light, but all of them are going to be similar care. They can all tolerate that low light. And if that's just a little too generic for you and you want that cascading plant, there is the more bold Ductus Pictus that has beautiful silver iridescent speckling and markings on it. A really stunning plant, very similar growth and care as the pothos, very easy going. The one thing is the less light you give it, the more tendency it will be to turn to a more solid green and lose some of this silver. So to keep it happy, right in a north-facing window or an east-facing window is going to help it retain that silver iridescence that is so unique about it. And then we will talk about the peace lily. Can't talk about low light plants without the peace lily. This one is really easy going but dramatic when it's dry. It's a plant you really don't want to let dry out for a long period of time, several days. It will show you very clearly when it needs watering. It will start to droop, and it's time to act and water as quick as you can. Get that soil moist. If you let it go for several days, it may not recover to its full lushness, but otherwise a very easygoing plant with beautiful white flowers. This one has not opened yet, but it's a really elegant addition to your home. And of course the Chinese evergreen, the aglaonema. There are many different varieties with different colorings. We have many here on offer, including some with some beautiful reds. If you're talking about low light though, you're going to want to stick to the more green varieties. They're going to tolerate it better. Something you want to let dry out for sure, not stay waterlogged or moist. They can't tolerate that well, but otherwise very easygoing, can adapt to that darker area of your home. And now we're going to get to my favorites. This is the rattlesnake plant. Just really stunning foliage. You just can't go wrong with adding this to your home. A few notes about this though, this is definitely a higher humidity plant. If you have a really dry home or a really dry corner that may be next to a heater, or something that a particularly dry area of your home is not going to be tolerated well by this plant. It does need average to above average humidity. It does need to stay moist. Don't let it dry out. Just slightly moist, not soaking wet, is going to be its like happy place. When you have a happy rattlesnake plant, you're going to see that foliage actually kind of move upward at night. It kind of does what they call a prayer, and you're going to know that you've found its perfect care. So keep it at that care, and you'll have a thriving rattlesnake plant in your home. And then last but not least, we have the lady palm. A really beautiful, elegant look, a plant that's going to grow taller than wider. It's going to have a great architectural shape if that's what you're looking for, is that height and not so much that bushing out. You can see here that this is some new growth coming in. It starts kind of folded like this and unfolds into this hand shape, hence its name, the lady palm. But it's going to be a great addition to your home as long as you can keep that soil slightly moist, not tolerant of drying out for long periods of time. You'll see lower growth really turn brown quickly, so you want to make sure you're maintaining that moisture. But if you can get that watering down right, this is going to be a fantastic addition to a low light area in your home. So please come check out our selection. We have many more to choose from. These are just some personal favorites and ones I guarantee for success. Hope to see you soon.